We're back to the Wild West. You know what I mean? Just people coming in with bandanas on inside a freaking store and stuff, man. Like I was at I was at O'Reilly's, like trying to get like a just like a socket for like my spark plugs in my car and everything because I had the thing but I didn't have the socket for it because I didn't have like a deep enough like freaking socket. So like I'm just standing there and I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You ever just regret not stealing shit because like things are just wasting your fucking time so you can pay for it? Everything. It's kind of like where you have. I was waiting like 20 minutes just to be like, and the guy in front of me was taking so fucking forever. I'm like, I could just steal this. Like now I can just walk out the fucking door. This is like $4 I could spend. That I'm trying to be a good citizen and just like give you cash.
Yeah. Do you ever think about just ripping the UPS bar or whatever off of your product, rounding up to the nearest dollar, and be like, "Here you go. Scan that when you're ready. Buy."
Oh,
I don't need a goddamn receipt.
Yeah, I know. Or it's just like, look, I don't even care if this works or not. Just my time right now is more valuable than me waiting on here. Like I'll just drop. Like I've literally done this before at Circle K's where like I'll see a long line. I'll have like a drink. I'll just be like, here's $1, and I walk out the fucking door. They get mad, but I'm just like, your thing's 89 cents. I'm giving you $1.
Do you
that 11 cents is me paying the tax for my time. I'm like, I don't want to wait. Like
that's for my convenience. This is a convenience
100%.
store. 11 cents for convenience. That's the going
You guys
rate.
are going away with a profit. You know, people just do that right now. Just throw dollars on there and you just walk away. You'll be making so much money.
Do you know? I basically left a penny 11 fucking times.
Oh man!
Right now, like in one sitting.
Exactly.
All right. How many people take a penny? Everyone. So many people. People are just fish in there.
Yeah, and plus you don't even scan this fucking cup. You just like mark it and I leave.
Yeah.
That's it. Like it's just more like I've even had people just say I've even had like I'm not gonna lie to you, man, dude. When you go somewhere and you see like I think this chick liked me when I was back working because she would let me walk away with my drinks for free. I think she wanted some of Omar, man. She wanted some.
Did you ever go and confirm it?
This leads to another regrets, man. You gotta shoot your shots, people. You gotta shoot your shots and everything, cause
shoot them everywhere.
Because
all over the
that moment of like, I think I could have got it, is gonna be stuck in your head for like the longest time and everything. Cause I was watching this show. As I mentioned, as I like this show, Midnight Diner on Netflix, and it was one episode, and it deals with like basically the theme of the show series is, and you should watch it on Netflix, people of all Regerts land, is that
and Netflix, you should give us money for saying that.
That's fair. Yeah, give us money.
Yeah,
but
anybody.
It's basically this Japanese show where it's like it's all revolved around this guy called the who opens up a diner at midnight and he gets a bunch of customers and stuff, and they call him like the master, like that's his name, master, like that's what they call him, and he makes all these dishes and everything like that, and they do have like all these little stories around the people doing it. Well, there was one where this guy was a freshman in college and he was doing like what I would do, was like hustle and bustle, like you just wake up, you start working, then you go to class, and then you go back afterwards. You go working as like a newspaper delivery type of boy and stuff. And he met this girl that like he really liked at the diner. And this girl that he really liked was turned out to be like kind of like this pop singer and stuff. She wasn't really known back then.
Like a Hannah Montana type.
Kind of, yeah. Like kind of like that. Like I'm being serious. And she went and then she kind of like gets known and stuff like that, and he kind of regrets not pulling the trigger, going after her and everything. And this story is kind of like setting you up where it's just like you think, oh, at the end, like, oh, they're gonna be together. Turns out, like at the end, she ends up getting engaged to some like rich dude, and at the end, they pretty much just the narration just pretty much straight up. You know what? Sometimes life doesn't have happy endings. And this is not a happy ending. The guy ends up going back to his life, regretting not being a part of this girl's life, not being there for the ride and everything that she has.
Oh, go fuck yourself, guy.
Why?
Okay,
Okay,
so
that
it
guy-
sounds like, it sounds like
Mhm.
this bitch is upset that he couldn't ride those goddamn coattails for a second.
He could. He
was just
was
using
into that girl.
her for the experience.
He genuinely liked her, but he never asked her out
So?
and stuff. And basically what the story is trying to tell you is that you gotta take these opportunities when they come in. And and this isn't just me and 7-Eleven girl. There's me and like other women where it's just like, you didn't take a chance. They might have liked you. You might have had an opportunity, but you never like put yourself out there to the point where it's just like, okay, I'm putting myself out there. I want to see, maybe they might say yes or no. Because I'm not going to lie to you. There have been times where I've asked and it's punished me. I know, where it's just like, all of a sudden it's like, okay, she's not interested in me. And not only the fact I got to fucking deal with her and her new boyfriend for like the longest time. You know what I mean? Like, I've had that before. But there have been times where it's just like, you think like, oh, nobody will like me and everything. Like, why would I give a shot? And then you end up like missing all of it, and then thinking about like, maybe they might have liked you. You never know. And stuff. You know what I mean?
So the regret is not being stuck with that what if feeling?
Yeah, kind of like shoot your shot, and then maybe it's like, if you never know, because you might hit it, you might not like tell people you like them. Get like, if you have like if you're like a male and you think this girl likes you, just go for it, shoot it and everything. See if they might like you. Maybe it might work out. Maybe it might not work out or something like that. But if you're a female, also shoot your shot and just be like, you know what? Maybe I'm into this guy. He's probably a little shy. Go up to him and be like, hey, do you want to go out? And it's like be like the Sadie like treat the world as a Sadie Hawkins dance and everything, and just don't be like having to be like, why hasn't he asked me out yet? And I'm like, well, why haven't you asked him out?
Well,
and be the aggressor instead of the aggressee.
Ooh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that, I don't know, that goes deeper, right? Like,
well,
there's that sense of, because I've known some men that are afraid to take another step, like to take, people with commitment issues.
Exactly.
Generally.
Well,
it's because it's fear, right? Mm-hmm. I'm afraid of the rejection, or I'm afraid of feeling bad for a second.
The thing is that why is fear so goddamn powerful in some situations?
Because you don't.
In other situations, it's not. It's like a perfect example would be is like, as us being stand-ups, like we go on stage for the first time, we're scared shitless about what we're gonna say. But then the more that we do it, the more they're like, oh, we're comfortable on stage, yay! But then you apply that to other parts of your life, where it's just like you're afraid to like go buy a house, or you're afraid to go for that job, or you're afraid to ask that girl out. Like, why isn't it just like once you conquer fear of one thing, does that not like carry over to like conquering fear to other things? Like, and I granted, like there could be like you could do daredevil shit where it's just like you could be driving like 120 miles down the freeway. Remember, like back in COVID, COVID first started, where it's like there was no traffic, and you could, and every jackass was just like, "Hey, I'm safe in the car. I'll just drive 145 miles. I'm all back."
I was one of those jackasses.
Yes, you are a jackass. You didn't even need COVID for that, but all right.
I could do it. I'm good.
I didn't even realize that van could go up past 88 miles an hour. I thought you'd go back in time as soon as you start pushing that.
Bitch. I don't do it in the van. Shit, the gas mileage alone, go fuck yourself.
That's fair.
I do it in the Nissan. It's lower to the ground and it's funner to do curve.
Oh, that's fair. Welcome to the All Regerts podcast, a podcast about regrets with Omar Gonzalez and Sam Narani. But okay, you're doing fearless shit like that will possibly, if one little thing goes wrong,
fuck it, I don't care.
You're flipping over on your side in a ditch.
That's not a fear.
Okay.
Because maybe I die. And if I die, then I don't gotta pay bills anymore. And then I don't have to deal with fears ever.
Are you doing cost-benefit analysis with your life?
No.
Is every situation fuck it, I'm dead. All right.
Yeah,
I'm cool with it.
I'm like, worst case. Ooh.
Yeah.
Actually, sometimes it's a pro. It's sometimes a bro. It's like,
do you sometimes are you just like one of those people that like, you know what? I'm gonna do this risky thing. I didn't die. I'm kind of disappointed on that. Like, it would have been better. Like, I wanted to be like, all right,
dude, what
I
time?
want to be like a legend where somebody was just like, this is like a drinking and driving story gone wrong that like some mom tells his kid and be like, you're just like, little Timmy. I'm gonna tell you a story of a person named Sam. She was driving drunk, and then all of a sudden she hit that tree and started and flipped over 5 times and landed into a ditch.
Oh no, I used to like spin my car out sober, by the way, sober as fuck.
Nobody believes you, but okay.
Hey, suck a dick.
All right, you did donuts. All right, so you're doing donuts sober.
Yeah, and I kept spinning out of control, and every time I was like, huh. So I guess this is how I die. And then it would stop because sometimes you'd be on a bridge that like was over like a bunch of trees. So you're like, oh shit. The Dallas area is a lot more greener than I guess people think.
That's fair.
It's super green. So there's like trees everywhere, and there was like highways that would go over like a bunch of trees. And I was like, oh God, is this it? Shit.
Yeah. When you're young, you have fearlessness like that.
Yeah. But even now, I'm just like, all right, let's just hit the fucking gas and see where it tops out.
I know, but has that fearlessness transferred to other things?
Oh, of course not.
Mm-hmm.
But I think maybe it's because fear is an end result. You know?
Okay.
It's a cause and effect thing. Something happens and then fear comes from it. You know? Like, maybe if my thing is like, okay, I die, I always make myself feel better with, you don't gotta pay no bills. You're fine.
Yeah.
Maybe if I'm actually face to face with death, it's gonna be a different, I might turn into a giant fucking pussy, and that's fair. I will own up to that.
If your death is just if you die and all of a sudden, like, you just get like a massive credit card bill, you'll be so fucking... That's your hell. Like, you just get down to hell, and stuff like that. And you just get like one Capital One bill, and that's like, no interest. Damn it, compounds daily.
Yeah, but I guess that's kind of like on the same vein. Like, if you can't conquer a fear, like just asking somebody out that you've like built up in your head, because the fear of rejection is worse than dying. Because when I'm dead, I don't got to deal with shit. Right. But if I got rejected and I'm alive to think about it,
you have to sit with that shit.
Yeah, I have to, and then I have to like look internally, like, why did I get rejected?
Yeah, and it could honestly just not even be like your fault.
Yeah, it could just be we're not compatible.
Yeah,
and that's just how it is.
It could be that. It could be something as simple as like that person does not find you attractive.
Right.
Or you could 100% like, and guys do this all the time, and I admit I'm guilty of this, where like you build somebody so up that once you finally get the nerve, you start talking to him, you're just like, oh, wait a minute, you're not as glorious as I made you out to be,
right?
And everything, like, why am I
lowering
my? First of all, you like me? Ew. Gone. I am not interested in you anymore. I liked you when you thought I was repulsive. And everything. Like,
my
now
hate for myself is stronger and more pure than my love for you. You stupid fucking whore trying to give me self-esteem. This is not how my mother raised me.
No. Like, first of all, you're trying to make me feel good about myself. You wait a minute. Yeah, I'm like, sorry, you hit this? Ew. Yeah.
You, ma'am, need some self-respect. You need it.
You know, you need to learn that you could do better, and lowering yourself down to my level is just so disgusting. You went from like a 10 down to like a 2.
Hey, you know what, baby girl? Let's go out for a coffee. Let's talk about your daddy issues.
Yeah, let's talk about your daddy issues. Why are you mad at your dad?
Yeah, let's try to raise your self-esteem. Let's see if you can find some value. Maybe you can find someone who's equal to you, or at least an 8. Or at least an 8. You know, and you can't be pitching down here, dude.
So, yeah, because that's how it can happen. You hate yourself so much to the point. I've literally had it before where like I've been attracted to women, and then once I find out that they're attracted to me, all of a sudden I'm immediately
Nope.
not attracted to them anymore.
Mm-mm.
And everything because I'm just like you lowered yourself down to me, and I'm just like
Yeah.
and it's just like ew. Now that you're gettable, I'm
I
just like not interested.
need someone to constantly squish my nuts with their heel. That's all I need. That's all I need. Like in a physical way, in a metaphorical way, in an emotional way.
Mm-hmm.
I just bust my balls in every possible sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Keep me in check.
If you're not roasting me, then you're not loving me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's like a warm hug.
yeah.
A roast.
It's like a warm roast, fire roasty hug.
I'll throw an apple in my mouth and you fucking spitfire me.
Mhm.
Spitfire me?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you got it right.
Spit roast.
Mm-hmm.
Spit's involved and that's gross. But I know that's involved.
Most of the juiciest meat is in the butt. Just putting that out there.
And spit.
Mm-hmm. It's spit. Anyway, but yeah, you're right on that thing. Like I said, the fearlessness stuff, and it doesn't. Like I said, it doesn't transfer everything. Like you could 100% like the things that some people are just afraid of and everything based on like things that they just don't do and everything, and being paralyzed by fear. You just like you could 100% jump off buildings and stuff, and then you can't apply for like a job that you really think that you go for, or you can't start your own business and shit. Like it's 100% like just fear is just a strong ass emotion by itself and stuff, and you'd be surprised how much times like you're paralyzed by it. Like you just get like you could take a chance, and then you took in that chance, and then you just got burned.
Yeah.
And stuff. And it is very hard once you've been burned to come back from that.
But I don't know. It is easy. I don't know. Easier said than done, I guess. But
Fair.
It's like every situation isn't the exact same. You know?
Right.
Like, yeah, you might lose about the same thing in each situation, but there's so many different variables and things that you can control or at least learn from the last time. But yeah, I guess that goes back to, well, if this is a problem with me, what else is a problem with me, and where did that problem come from? And you have to look deeper and deeper and deeper, and that takes a really long time, and sometimes it makes me feel bad, and I don't like that.
I know that's the problem with like looking within and everything, and just realizing.
Fuck that shit.
Again, just like I said, but this is the part where it's like mental health issues and everything. Like you gotta like, you have to like take some time to be like, okay, why am I afraid? Why am I afraid of this? Like, and actually kind of address that you're afraid. One, even just admitting.
I'm not even afraid. I'm like mad.
That too.
But that's just another way to say afraid sometimes.
And you can even like take stupid, and that's when you're like getting on Instagram or something like that, or like you hear like stupid like inspirational quotes and you repeat it to yourself, and you're just like, maybe I can be fearless. You know what I mean? Maybe like life is like a rock. I gotta like, be mineral or some shit like that. I don't know.
Mineral?
I don't even know what. I'm not too good on these inspirational quotes.
Life is a highway, and I'm just gonna ride it all night long.
I'm just gonna do donuts on the highway. That's
yeah.
all I'm gonna do. Just
spit out
on the highway.
Maybe this is it.
I'm gonna be the Dunkin' Donuts of like the freeway. That's what I'm thinking. Just donuts galore. Burp, 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 burp.
Aw.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
I don't know. I'm not even high. But it's just like we were talking a lot about fear and everything based on like, on like decisions, like what paralyzes you to like not do stuff, and which is honestly a very broad topic and stuff.
It is. Well, have you ever got so scared of something that just it snowballs?
Oh, okay.
Like, I put this off because I was scared to deal with it, and then this other thing happened, and this other thing happened, and then oh fuck, this other thing happened. It's like, if I just done the thing in the beginning.
That.
It kind of goes back to like you build it up in your head.
Well, true and everything, and it's just more like even like but then again you start thinking it's just like a simple thing, and everything. And because you could do a lot of stuff with that. It could be like, oh wow, I wish I bought a home when I was younger, and it's like, okay, I could have like been spending money on it and like finally paid it off. And once you finally pay off an asset and it's like fully yours, you're just like, oh shit, this thing is completely mine. So like say the market crashes or something like that, or you lose your job, you're not as bad financially as you could be. Or it could be like you can get like you can start like spending like I said, spending on a credit card and stuff like that. Like you have everybody has their first purchase that they made. You make that first purchase, and then all of a sudden that just starts a trend of you using borrowed money to live off of, and you live this type of life, and then you start living a lifestyle because be like, oh, true, Capital One gave me like a $10,000 credit limit. Oh, might as well use most of it and stuff, and then all of a sudden you just find yourself in deeper debt and everything. A lot of things that just start something and it just sparks into a big thing. Or it could be that like you probably just like don't ask any girls out, and then all of a sudden you're going years and years, and you just realize, wait a minute, I don't have a relationship and everything.
I don't even know where to start with.
You don't even know where to start
because I'm so out of practice.
Exactly. Like it's just like a lot of those situations can like spark like that type of ways, and then like you end up developing like super deep kind of regrets. Like a simple one could be like me not completing the CPA earlier when I first got here and stuff like that.
You're in the middle of that.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of it right now but it took me a while to like start it again because I studied it the first time. I've taken versions of this test like probably, if I were to be honest, maybe 4 times already, on this same fucking section. And
in what period? Like 4 times
this was let's see, how many times have I taken? So I took it back in so I graduated from UTEP on 2017. I've taken this test twice. One time in El Paso, then I took like an auditing one, but I didn't really study for that one. I got like a 56, which is bullshit, which is totally stupid. But the first time I took it, I got like a 66, and I'm like, okay, but now I know, and you have to score 75 or higher to consider that section passed. And then if you pass one section, then you have 18 months to pass the rest of the three. But you can do it earlier if you want, if you're super intense about it.
Okay.
And I had one where it's like when I took it one time here in Austin. Actually, I took it in San Antonio because that was the only time that I could like get it within the time frame that I can get it in. Because the way that CPA tests, like you could test for 2 months and then you do 1 month off, and then supposedly after you take your test, you're supposed to find out the results like 3 weeks later. I took that one test in San Antonio, and then like all of a sudden like there was like changes to something, the way they were doing things, and then I didn't get my results for like 7 or 8 months afterwards, and then I found out I got a 74. Damn. Which was just like 1 fucking point off from passing the thing, and that literally just after I did that, I said fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore. And it's been something I've been thinking about doing for like the longest time, but I had to like realize that like I was like literally, I found something else to do, which was the stand-up thing, because I looked at my like, I'm good with accounting stuff, like that part of the brain I'm confident on and everything, but there's another part of me that I'm not confident on, which is like, talking to people, being open, be expressive. I looked at my situation, was like, I have the CPA thing that I got to do, but I'm kind of like putting it off and stuff because I got my heart broken by it. But so instead of just like immediately getting in, get back, I needed some time to get in it. So I decided, hey, I'm going to just go do stand-up, where it's something where it's like, and tackle the other part of the brain, the creativeness that I'm very afraid to like express myself and get things out there, or just being up on stage and like talking to people. I wanted to tackle that part of it first, just to get like build confidence there, to develop fearlessness in that direction and stuff. And so I did. So again, we did the stand up. I did the stand up thing for about like 2.5 years, and just doing that, going up on stage, talking, expressing myself. And granted, a lot of people want to do stand up because they want to be famous or something like that. I just want to get good, because if I get good, that means I get better at other things in life. Like, like I figured that to be the case. Like that was what I wanted to do. I was trying to get the fearlessness of doing stand up over there, to take it over where it's like I could take that fearlessness into other parts of my life. life and stuff. And I've noticed like quite a bit of difference from when I first started doing stand up to like now I'm feeling more and more comfortable like on stage and stuff. And that has been kind of like bleeding over into like other parts of my life and stuff. And even to the, but I'm still kind of learning that process because even I had my performance evaluation at my work, the one that was going to get rid of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like they still have my performance evaluation because they needed one, because I told them like, he said like, we're only going to do it just so that we could have like a positive one on file for you. Because you had like 3 negative performance reviews. Like, let's just go give you one actual positive one because you were actually doing pretty well at work.
Yeah.
So, he told me like straight up, and one of the things like, there's one thing that I wish you do is like, I wish you, when you take a stance, you just stick with it and you just be like, no, I'm right. And just be like with more, and say it with confidence and everything. And he said, like, I've noticed you have been doing it more when you're like in meetings or like all these upper management and everything, like you still talk, but you can still sound like you're a little reserved and everything. Now, I've noticed a huge difference in you from like when I first started working with you, when you were like barely timid and barely say anything, to now where it's like, okay, now you're saying stuff with authority. Now you're being more confident. Now you're just kind of like, you're just like being more expressive of yourself. And I attribute that to the stand-up where it's just more like, okay, I've gone up on stage where everybody fucking hates me. It's like some late night at Tramps. Nobody fucking wants to be there. Everybody's mad that we're all alive. And then like you get over there and all of a sudden like you're saying stuff, but you're saying it with confidence and everything. We're like to the point where like you turn the room, and then like all of a sudden like everybody's there having a good time now. Like everybody, but again, you're up on stage, and not to mention the amount of times we've all eaten dicks like on stage. Where like you go up to a friendly crowd, like, hey, here's my joke, and then everybody hates you. You're just like shit, and then you just feel horrible about yourself, everything. You tackle that fear that everybody has of like just standing up in front of everybody and just expressing yourself, and then ultimately getting rejected,
right?
Everything. You do get more comfortable with like other things if you're doing something like that, to the point. And I got so comfortable to the point where I finally was like, you know what? I can start tackling everything. So like when the COVID thing hit, I always need something to grind on and work on there, and where it's just like, I'm finally in a position of my life where I'm just like, okay, I can't go do stand up and everything. And the only thing I can do is this podcast like once a week and everything. That's my creative outlet for right now. But I have this other monkey in my back that I want to take care of, which is that CPA test, Certified Public Accounting Test. I'm going to focus on that at the end because that will do 2 things. One, it's something that I've been wanting to do, and I feel like I'm confident, and I feel like I'm smarter now. Now, not just in accounting sense and stuff like that, but I mean like overall.
No, it's like you're more focused on it now.
Yeah.
It's like you're not overwhelmed.
No. And because I feel like I could tackle, I feel like if I could go in a random crowd and make people laugh, and even then, like just randomly conversating with people and making them laugh and stuff, I've developed that confidence, developed that fearlessness, which is very important. Fearlessness to the point where I can now focus and take this test, and I feel like I could pass it pretty well and stuff.
So your bar for fear, and tell me if I'm wrong, it sounds like you set it up to, if I'm okay with being publicly humiliated because you bomb or whatever, that's your threshold. If I can be publicly humiliated, then I can do whatever. Sky's the limit. Like is that your breaking point? That's like is that your glass ceiling, girl? Public humiliation?
I may not have.
Sing it!
I may not. I guess public humiliation is my thing that would break fear, because everybody's biggest fear is public humiliation.
Everybody?
A lot of people are more afraid of going up on stage.
There are some that they're all about public humiliation.
There
usually
are
in Europe.
There are the biggest fears that people have, which is death is second. First, public speaking.
Okay, fair.
Like that's how a lot of people are afraid to go up in front of people and just talk and stuff. And I did that, and granted, yes, that's something that I'm interested in and everything, but it's a fearful thing to do when I think it just comes with like accomplishment. Like you're accomplishing one thing that it bleeds into other things as well too. Where it's like if you're losing weight, then all of a sudden, like, okay, you feel like you could do more stuff. Or if it's like, or if you graduate a degree, it's more like, okay, you feel like you could do more stuff.
Yeah, like there's more doors open. There's
Exactly.
more opportunities available.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. It's like
so I feel like if you're doing stand up, like there's more opportunities that are gonna go up. Right. You know what I mean? Like you finally find like I've said this before. I'm never gonna be the best at comic, or I'm never gonna be the best accountant, but there's gonna be a crossroads between those two, and I feel like I could find it. And everything. Where I could utilize both skills to the best of my abilities.
Or you go to the crossroads, invoke the devil, and then you can have the best of both worlds. See you at the crossroads.
I miss my Uncle Charles, yeah.
See you at the crossroads.
I do love me a Bone Thugs reference. But it is kind of like these things where just like you take that fear that was paralyzing you beforehand, you do something else that gives you like confidence and everything. And then and you hope, and your hope is that fearlessness blends into like other things in life and stuff, and that's what you're kind of like hoping. Like, so my advice would be, go out and ask that girl out. You never know, she might say yes. Go out and pursue that career. Maybe you might enjoy it. Maybe you might fail. It doesn't matter.
But hey,
you'll be a better person because of it.
Do it within reason.
Yeah, that's true. You can't be in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Lakers. I'm wearing a Lakers jersey. You want to know why? Because I'm never gonna get a real one.
Or maybe that girl you want to pursue is like 12. You don't want that.
Well, what?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Within reason.
No.
I don't want to encourage every schmo to do whatever the fuck they feel. We're very, very powerful with our 7 listeners.
How?
4 of which we know personally.
How?
They just download it. They don't really listen. What's up?
How did you take my beautiful words and just all of a sudden incorporate gambling into this shit?
Oh, because it's a podcast about regret, and then I regret a lot of things I say. This is one of them.
Fair, but that's like a thing, though, where it's just like, oh, little kids, like,
yeah,
like
it's a thing.
I assume our millions and millions of fans, they're eventually going to listen to this because they like listening to back episodes.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Which
for the sound quality,
which bothers the fuck out of me. I don't know why people would do that, but that's just me.
What?
I don't know why people.
We're fucking delightful and charming, you shit.
Probably. Thank you for listening to the All Regerts podcast with Sam Narani and Omar Gonzalez. Remember this. Just because you have regrets doesn't mean you cannot live life as if you have no regrets. Have a wonderful day.